Questions. What was it like being out there today and talk about that big catch in the second half?
It felt amazing. I'm not gonna lie. It felt amazing. We got a great fan base. A lot of fans showed up. I saw my mom came to the game. And I really, made it where I have to go out there, and just be myself, and make plays and just make plays for the team. And, do my job. Have some minimum MAs. Just get the plays down and the big plays gonna come. So really just staying focused, on the sideline because I was nervous. It was a lot of people there, so I was really nervous. But at the end of the day, we got some great playmakers on both sides of the ball, and I'm feeling really good about what this team's gonna be.
Tristan, coach.
You were really nervous. When did those nerves kind of start to settle?
When I made the first catch, usually you make that first catch, you get tackled, you get the butterflies out. But I was really nervous, running down the hill for the first time, and it was a spring game, and I ran down the hill, and I'm nervous. So really, just after that first catch, I gotta go, I gotta play, make plays and stuff.
Coach Sweeney said that you're so happy to be here at Clemson. Can you just tell us about how the whole process unfolded, him reaching out to you, and you making the decision to come here, and what your emotions were like?
Yes, sir. Really, just I wanted to enter the transfer portal. I wanted to play at the highest level of the game, and I feel like I can do that. So just enter the portal, and Coach Grisham hit me up. And long story short, came on a visit, committed in Coach Sweeney's office. It was no doubt. I wanted to come here. This is where I wanted to be. So I made the best decision, for me. So it was really good doing it.
Do you remember the old wide receiver U? It's kind of hasn't been played up as much these last few years here at Clemson, but wide receiver U being a part of that.
Yes, sir. We got great talent. Young guys, and Brian Wesco, T.J. Moore, Antonio Williams, Chase. We got all these guys. So we like to call ourselves three waves of terror in the receiver room. When the first group come out, the second group go in, it's the same thing. The third group go in, it's the same thing. So really just it's no drop off. Everybody's amazing. We got a great line that's gonna block for a great quarterback. We got a great running back that's going to block for a quarterback, and we got some great playmakers on the edge. So really just all that's going to come together, and we're going to bring a national championship here.
You spoke about your nerves a little bit already, but can you talk to me about experiencing Memorial Stadium for the first time? What's it like to be in Death Valley?
It's really awesome. Coach Sweeney said, treat every practice like it's the LSU game. Treat every scrimmage like it's the LSU game. So really, I feel like today wasn't my first time, being in Memorial Stadium. We had a scrimmage, and we had two scrimmages in here, so it just felt the same. All it is just adding fans, and that's really the difference. But, when I get to tuning out, the fans, and just focusing on, making a play, making that block, it really comes easy,
Why do you think you were nervous? Was it just because you make plays in this spring game and you get the important like
It's always nervous. Like every school I went to, whether it was JUCO, high school, or FCS at SEMO, I was always nervous my first time. I feel like I got to prove myself. I got to make plays. Do my job. I'm a big guy. I don't like dropping the ball, and I'm nervous. But when I get that first catch out of the way, I'd be nervous. But when I get that first catch out of the way, I'm like, okay, let's go. Yeah, and just really just watching Clemson on TV, it's the highest level of the game. So it's really just saying this and making plays and coming and be a part of something great. It's just phenomenal.
Can you walk me through the 72-yard catch at the very end? Coach Sweeney yelled, "Tristan, hand the ball to the ref."
Oh yes, sir. It was 72 yards. Oh, okay. Really, just I got happy. I got too excited. I thought I was just gonna catch the ball, and get tackled. I didn't know he was gonna miss the tackle, and then I was gonna be running to the end zone, but I was exhausted. That's why we got the transition phase. I got to get acclimated to this weather, but really just cross the goal line with the ball in my hand and hand it to the ref. So they don't got to replay and do this whole deal about that.
Looked like it might have been PI on that. Did you feel like it was PI? Or?
I'm a big guy, so I feel like every pass is going to be a PI, but that's no excuse because I'm 6'5", so I got to catch the ball regardless. I'm not a speedy receiver, so I like to use my body. I like to jump up and get. So every pass I feel like I'm gonna catch is going to be a little bit of pass interference, but it's not an excuse. I'm 6'5", so yes, sir.
You talk about just coming here, talking to Coach Sweeney, talking to Coach Grisham. What was it about the offensive coaches on your visits and just the process from where you came from to where you are now? That just describe what was the deciding factor like this that you